Have any of you guys been watching that television show called The Americans? God, I just started watching it the other day. I couldn't believe I haven't seen this before. What a great show it is. Anyway, there was a scene the other day where the dad is helping the daughter put up a poster in her bedroom. It's set in the early 1980s. And it reminded me back in the 70s, that was a time when parents were not picking out posters for children as they do now. We kids were, picking out our own posters. It was kind of, something I think a lot of people spend a lot of time on. You'd go to the record shop. There'd be all these posters on this rack, all these really cool posters with cool sayings or cool pictures with cool sayings on them. I remember the poster I had a couple. The one I remember was, remember that castle in the sky? I think it was, Renee Magritte? For some reason, my mom didn't like that poster. I remember her coming into my room once, looking at it and saying, "That poster's stupid." I said, "Oh, okay, whatever." It stayed up. Then I had another poster over my bed. Had this saying on it, something like, "I do my thing, you do your thing." I didn't realize until just now that apparently is a very well-known saying in the field of psychology. So anyway, I had that over my bed, and it was kind of like some kind of bucolic river scene behind it. But the one poster I didn't have up, but you would see dozens of versions of this, and they ended up on trucks, pickup trucks, and in restaurants. Not on my bedroom wall, but a lot of other people's bedroom walls, was the one poster where the hawk is swooping down on the mouse, or the eagle or whatever, and the mouse is standing there with his middle finger in the air at the hawk. And the poster says, "One final act of defiance." Well, that's exactly what I was thinking of when I saw this fantastic story.
Bird's middle school teacher has been placed on administrative leave over a controversial test that was given to some 8th graders. Parents say that test included questionable language and subject matter that just did not belong in the classroom.
Fox 10 News investigative reporter Renee Dials has been looking into this allegation. She's in the studio now to tell us what she discovered. Renee?
Well, Bob and Lenise, everyone to whom I showed this test say they can't believe it was actually given to students. It's a 10-question math quiz that highlights prostitution, drugs, and drive-by shootings. I talked to parents and several students who confirmed they were given the quiz on Friday. Some of the kids thought it was kind of funny, but their parents aren't laughing.
Well, my son, he took a picture of it in class and he texted it to me, and I was blown. I couldn't believe it.
Erica Hall says her son sent her a text photo of the quiz his 8th grade language arts teacher passed out Friday. Hall says even the kids thought it was some kind of joke.
Took it as a joke, and she told him that, it wasn't a joke and that they had to complete it and turn it in.
The Halls headed to the school today for some answers. This is a copy of the test Hall says her child was given. After outlining the math for a problem involving an AK-47, question 1 asks, how many drive-by shootings can Ramon attempt before he has to steal enough ammunition and reload? Question 8 reads, Tyrone knocked up 4 girls in the gang. There are 20 girls in his gang. What is the exact percentage of girls Tyrone knocked up?
Wow. No, ma'am. Unacceptable.
Kanifa McMillan is also a parent at the school. She says she wouldn't want the test given to her 6th grader. I also showed the test to Kelly Lee. She didn't realize her daughter Peyton was in the class that received the test.
My language arts teacher gave it to us to work, and I was kind of laughing at it because I thought it was off.
I'm shocked. I can't believe that's something these questions they would ask children. I don't think it's appropriate at all.
I did some research to try to find out where this test originated, and what I discovered is that it apparently has a long history. Similar versions of the 10-question quiz have been turning up in classrooms across the country since the 1990s, and a lot of teachers have found themselves in hot water over the test in several states, including Texas, California, and New Mexico. And the Mobile County Public School System may be next on the list.
No, she's been there for a while. My son said that this is actually her last year. She's retiring.
You know, most reporters are not that dense. At least the reporters I know, however liberal they are, and most are just about the most liberal people you're ever going to meet in your entire life, they would automatically know that a teacher giving a test like that on one day before he or she retires, that is clearly one last great act of defiance, clearly a middle finger, directed squarely, not just at the educational establishment, but at the students in that classroom. All over the country now, teachers are starting to speak out just a little more, and we got to get them to do more and more and more. Teachers are telling stories that nobody believes, and people find it really hard to believe. The violence, the black violence, the mayhem, the chaos, the total disinterest in learning, the hostility from the parents. Good Lord, how many dozens of times have I heard a teacher say, when I called the black parent to tell them that their child was misbehaving in school, I either heard, "Go F yourself, that's your job, don't call me anymore," or "You just don't like my kid because he's black." That's what teachers are going through today. They don't like it. I mean, to be a teacher, whatever else you are in college, when you sign up for the teacher certificate, you're probably pretty idealistic about changing all these young lives. A lot of teachers know they're going to be teaching in the ghetto. They've got all these sociology textbooks behind them about black families and black children, and how they're going to just pat everybody on the head, declare that you're down with the cause, and all will be well. Well, it doesn't work out like that. Whether you're a black teacher, whether you're a white teacher, these classrooms are a mess all over the country. Finally, a teacher speaks up in a very dramatic way, and the reporters just weren't really smart enough to get it. But I guarantee you they get this. The one thing they have to know in order to stay a teacher in a place like Mobile, Alabama: never forget, don't make the black kids angry.